Hello, first grade friends, and welcome to Reading Today. This week in reading, we get to start a new book. I can't wait. Your essential question for Module 2 is still the same. What can we discover about animals' unique features? And we're still working on that focusing question, our medium question. What lessons can we learn through stories about animals? Well, today we have another story about animals. And this story is called Seven Blind Mice. Now, some of you got this book in your curriculum bag. So as I am reading today, you can follow along. However, some of you did not receive this book because we didn't have enough. And so you maybe got some different books. And so your story, you can either follow along with me as I read, or you can read the version in the PDF that is on this slide. Well, today our learning goal is, what do I notice and wonder about Seven Blind Mice? Remember, noticing and wondering is very important because the first time we read a book, we need to make sure that we understand what's happening and we're really being a reader and a thinker. So as you listen to me read this book, I want you to make sure that you are noticing. So what do you see? What do you hear? What's important or stands out to you? And then what do you wonder? And today you're going to get to use your question cube once again to do some wondering. And if you haven't gotten your workbook yet, then I will have that question cube for you on the next slide. All right. Well, we're going to get started reading Seven Blind Mice. This story is called Seven Blind Mice by Ed Young. You will notice that there is a special award on the front cover of your book. Well, this award is called the Caldecott Honor Medal, and it's given to an illustrator who has really awesome pictures. Well, Ed Young is the author and the illustrator in this book, and he made some really cool illustrations. So that's why you see that award on the front cover. All right, here we go. Seven Blind Mice. Remember, as you read, as you listen, be noticing and wondering. That's our learning goal today. Seven Blind Mice. One day, seven blind mice were surprised to find a strange something by their pond. "What is it?" they cried, and they all ran home. On Monday, Red Mouse went first to find out. "It's a pillar," he said. No one believed him. A pillar is like a column or something that holds a building up. You might have seen these on the outside of homes. There are pillars outside, like on the front porch, that hold the house up. Or inside, like in your school cafeteria, there are pillars that might hold the roof up. It looks like this. On Tuesday, Green Mouse set out. He was the second to go. Oh, look what Green Mouse found. "It's a snake," he said. Now remember, can they see anything? Oh, remember? They're blind. "No," said Yellow Mouse on Wednesday. "It's a spear." He was the third in turn. The fourth was Purple Mouse. He went on Thursday. "It's a great cliff," he said. Orange Mouse went on Friday, the fifth to go. "It's a fan," he cried. "I felt it move." The sixth to go was Blue Mouse. He went on Saturday and said, "It's nothing but a rope." But the others didn't agree. They began to argue. A snake, a rope, a fan, a cliff. Until on Sunday, White Mouse, the seventh mouse, went to the pond. When he came upon the something, she ran up one side and she ran down the other. She ran across the top and from end to end. "Ah," said White Mouse, "now I see. The something is as sturdy as a pillar, supple as a snake, wide as a cliff, sharp as a spear, breezy as a fan, stringy as a rope. But all together, the something is..." Have you guessed what the something is? An elephant! And when the other mice ran up one side and down the other, across the something from end to end, they agreed. Now they saw too. The mouse moral: knowing in part may make a fine tale, but wisdom comes from seeing the whole. And that's the end. I really like this story. Did you notice something in this book? Tell your learning partner what you noticed as you were listening to the story. Did you notice that each of the mice kept going up only one part of the something? I bet you did. Did you notice that the white mouse was the one that discovered what it is because he went all over the strange something? Yeah. Did you notice that each part was the part of an elephant? Did you notice that the mice all had different colors? There's so many things to notice in this book. I just gave you some ideas that you could put in your journal today. The next thing you have to do after you notice is wonder. So remember, you had a handout that you used last week with the hare and the tortoise, and you made a question cube. Now, if you do not have your question cube, that is okay. You can just use my video to help you remember your question words, and I will also put them on the next slide so that you can see them as you work in your journal. But remember, our question words are who, when, what, where, why, and how. And if you have put your question cube together, remember you can roll it. And then you can try to decide, I can pick one of these words based on what I roll to help me come up with my question or my wonder about Seven Blind Mice. So in your independent work today, you are going to use your journal, or I've given you an option today if you would rather type in the slides, but you're going to put at least one thing you notice in the book and one thing you wonder. Now that would be a 3. But let's say that you want to work extra hard today and you want to earn a 4. Well, that would be more than one. So maybe you put 2 notices and 2 wonders. Make sure to do that on slide 3. Either put in a picture of your work or type in the slides. What do you notice? And what do you wonder? I can't wait to see what you come up with.